Haha, champions, welcome back.
Oh man, you guys will not believe what you're reading here. BlackRock's Larry Fink.
Mr. Fink in the house.
Oga ESG.
Gang.
Oga stakeholder capitalism.
PPP.
Oga changing behaviors. Oga random rights out of nowhere. Oga World Economic Forum.
We want to control everything.
I think I've run out, man. But you will not believe this. Larry Fink says that he wouldn't say ESG anymore.
What?
Like the rest of us care, man. It's not that we don't want you to not say ESG anymore. We want ESG to disappear. Catch the vibe on this article here, Double O. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has spent years reminding investors that they should consider responsible environmental, social, and governance practices when evaluating companies. So Larry Fink is saying that before you invest in a company, make sure that this company is not polluting the environment. For example, like BlackRock. If their CEO is flying around on a private jet, they're probably polluting the environment and maybe you should not invest in their fund. Furthermore, if BlackRock is investing in places like China, where pollution is at all-time high, in fact, they are cranking the handle on pollution so hard that it's unbelievable. You should probably not invest in BlackRock because that is against ESG standards. Would that not make sense?
No.
However, despite the fact that these people are doing these same egregious as they claim, on the other side of the pond, they have their arms around the throat of every company, forcing them to be carbon neutral at some point in time. Can you believe that Exxon says they have a plan to be carbon neutral by 2050?
Hey, rumors are out there, man. Exxon is out there mining Bitcoin.
Exxon can mine Bitcoin all they want. It's not going to bring them to carbon zero.
It's impossible. We
It's
can't carbon
insanity.
zero. It's all lies.
Okay. But here's the thing. Larry Fink says that now he's going to refuse using the word ESG because it's been misused by people on the far left and the far right.
Take it back to the house. Let's go and rebrand it.
Listen.
Take it back to the shop.
He's not trying to blame anyone. He just thinks that it has been weaponized. It's all he's saying. He does not want it to be weaponized. What are your thoughts on this?
I will start first by saying the ESG approach, which actually came from the World Economic Forum. WEF from Mr. Schwab himself, which was further pushed and enforced by BlackRock. And if you do not know, it's time for you to know that BlackRock owns a lot of companies around the world. So if BlackRock owns a lot of companies around the world, why would they be in a position to tell everybody to behave a certain ways when they themselves are not behaving the ways that they want everybody else to behave?
Absolutely.
That's number one. Number two is that the responsibility of ensuring that we live in a safe world is actually everybody's responsibility. It's every company's responsibility.
This is true.
Some central power should not be in charge of ruling that, because you will find that there is most people that are saying, oh, they ate child abuse are the ones that actually do the child abusing.
Yeah, this is true. Almost every time.
So I think that's the situation of BlackRock and the old ESG situation.
People are hypocrites.
Yeah.
Is the idea, essentially, right? Because let me also point out one thing here. BlackRock is now setting up to buy a ton of Bitcoin. This group and other entities that they are in control of have spent years saying that Bitcoin is horrible for the environment. What has changed? Bitcoin is no longer horrible for the environment?
Because BlackRock said so.
In that case, then, it means that BlackRock is also saying ESG is
indirectly.
That is directly. I would put it that way now, because that flies in the face of everything that they are trying to push. You cannot say that Shell needs to be, or Exxon needs to be carbon neutral by a certain point in time, right? Or has to be caring about the environment. And then you go and you buy the same asset that all these companies are spending this dirty oil to mine. It's clearly flying in the face of the last sentence you just said, which was that we need to care about the environment.
You know, ESG was one of the biggest pointers that they used to crash the price action of Bitcoin from 64K, if you remember correctly.
This is true. Dave Ramsey is looking for scams. There's one here for you, sir.
Literally in your face.
Okay.
So the same organization, and I keep telling Americans we need to start paying attention to this, right? Is that the same company and its propaganda that crashed the entire market, that told you the market is going to go up, but they were selling to crash the market. They literally control the market.
This is true.
And they're also trying to control the price action of Bitcoin now too as
Yeah.
well. Is that they did everything possible with the control of the media, with the propaganda, to crash everything down.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the same people that will pump it up because they have bought at the bottom.
Yeah.
So when it gets back up, they're going to have you chasing again, and they'll find another reason to crash it back down. So right now, they are in the stage of pumping back up. They know that ESG has failed, or they've used ESG to crash the markets.
Yeah.
And now it's time for them to bring the markets back up.
You know what would be the biggest fumble of all time? These guys are about to do this Bitcoin ETF thing, which, by the way, they need to find a different word. An ETF means that diversified stuff, right? I don't know why they call it an ETF.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It can't be an ETF, it's just Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying a bunch of other Lightning type stuff.
Yeah.
Or miners or something, I don't know.
Right. But let's carry on. We'll call it an ETF, right? With this ETF, it is showing that however much Bitcoin these guys decide to buy,
accumulate, yeah.
Right? There is actually going to be verifiable UTXO transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain that will indicate that these Bitcoins have moved from somewhere into Coinbase wallet for BlackRock.
Literally, that was a meme poll chat earlier last week. Somebody literally buying $2 million worth of Bitcoin every single day.
Yeah. The biggest blunder of all time would be if they're seeing this as a way of buying a ton of Bitcoin so that one day they can dump it on the market to crash. Insane. I would be buying so much Bitcoin at that point in time. Yep. If that's something that they're planning to do, fine. But I think that fact is still going to stand. That ESG, as these people claim is garbage. Secondly, Bitcoin is going to gain massively from what these people are essentially engaging in right now, which is only further proof that we don't want to really be listening to these people. It's all a game out here.
It is.
And you are responsible for your own moves and your financial future. I think a lot of people in this convenience culture are expecting a lot of things out of corporations and governments.
Convenience.
And they get left behind.
It's time to wake up. You want to watch a 2-minute or TikTok or 60-second video thinking that you're learning stuff?
Yeah.
Good luck to you. The reality is there's a lot of systemic strategies going on out here. And this is one big play right here in your face.
A rapid attention span. It takes a bit more than that to gain massively. And I think that the people that we are really against, whether you consider yourself against or not, these people are, the actions they take affect you. So they are an adversary. These people are not looking at TikTok to make these massive decisions.
Nope, they're not.
They're spending serious time. It is worth it for people to be able to put down TikTok and be able to differentiate when it is time to take stuff serious. Because if you're making your life decisions based on a short clip on TikTok, well, may God have mercy on your soul. Final thoughts, sir.
ESG is gone. Bitcoin is here to stay.
Bitcoin is winning. Bitcoin is winning. Larry Fink will not use the word ESG anymore. But we feel like, what does this mean now? Will the World Economic Forum keep using it? Who is the boss here? We want to know. Can we talk to their manager?
Give me your manager.
Bring your manager out, Larry Fink. We want to know, man. Why would you not use this word anymore, man? Now who is allowed to use it now? Huh? Insanity. Evolving world, man. We're marking history as you see it. Anything else, Double O, before we close this out?
Like I said, ESG is bye-bye. Bitcoin is like, hello.
Hello, Bitcoin. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, incredible time. Great episode. Please be sure to like the video, share with your friends. We crossed 1,000 subscribers, 1.2. We're feeling us. We're crushing it. 5K, we're coming for you. We're also on Twitter, STAKK, and of course, you can also find us on Spotify at STAKK. Until next time, Brazen out.